Hello and welcome everybody. This is your host, Learvok, and you're just in time for more MYST 20/21. In the previous episode, we spent a lot of time actually puzzle solving to get into to find the Selenitic linking book. We actually had, unlike most of the others, we actually had like two fairly involved puzzles. We had to power up the spaceship so we could open the door and enter it. And then we had to solve a sound-based puzzle, which was not easy. Which is not easy for us to do in the original version of the game, but thanks to audio subtitles or ambient audio subtitles, we were able to actually figure it out. In this episode, we're going to actually go into Selenitic. So yeah, go ahead and enter the linking book. So here we are in the spaceship? Huh. Weird. Interesting, but weird. Let's open up. And oh, look, we're actually in a different age altogether. The spaceship is also the starting point. The lighthouse of games. The lighthouse before the lighthouse became a thing. We're gonna have to turn this down again because that is super loud. That rushing noise of the water. So here we are in the Selenitic age. Very interesting age nonetheless. You know, one that's been partly destroyed by meteor strikes, and partly not because there's some of it that's actually still around. So yeah, first off, before I actually go too much further, let's take a look at what we have around us in this foggy, destroyed atmosphere. We have some landmarks have been set up, it looks like, some areas. A big radio tower, either picking up or sending signals to different places. Two of which we see over here. You know, we got this bridge over there, we got this thing over here, we got a broken clock. Broken clock sounds. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, before we go any further, let's go over here and see what this is. Oh, this is a cycle between the different... Oh. Huh. Obviously, we gotta figure out what these are. What the heck? Loopy? Rocket firing. I like loopy sound. Oh, that wasn't right. So I guess we're just gonna have to find out what all these things are. So let's first off go up here. The nice little majestic meadow type thing. Hearing our first noise, which is running water. And turn that on like you did with the clock. You pick up Akinar's blue page. Wow. You know, for a crazy dude, he seems to have enjoyed kind of the calmness of this area. That's interesting. I thought you'd expect him. You expect him to, like, want to enjoy the lava area or the train area. I guess that's the thing, though. If he actually has, like, some sort of mental condition, I mean, from the way he acts, it definitely seems that way. He's got suffering some form of psychosis. Maybe that area kind of gave him some peace. You know? Here we have a lava rumbling, so the sound of lava. Technically that's magma, I think? Really? Magma? Because it's only lava once it comes out of the earth? And they're all pointing towards this tower, so I'm guessing they're sending the signal to the tower. One thing I want to mention, this is, much like with Mechanical Age, this is, I think this is one of the ones where they kind of mess with this the least. I think the most they did is they changed the way these crystals look. Which, honestly, they look a little better in this version. Red page, which, actually now that I think about it, I think that was originally on the top shelf in the original version. On the top here. Go ahead and turn that on. We had what, 1, 2, we had 4 of these things. It looks like we got another one over here. We have what, 5 combinations we need? There we go. Wind blowing. We're picking up the sound here. I guess we'll go down here while we're at it. And we got... Well, I'm about to date myself, but we got the inspiration for the Morbius movie. I have not seen... Like, as of recording this, the movie has come out in theaters. I have not seen it. I have absolutely no interest in seeing it. I don't care much for Jared Leto as a person, or even as an actor. But even then, that wouldn't really stop me from going to see the movie. What stops me is that I don't think it's all that good. Okay, so we have this tower. Let's see if we can find a... So clearly we have to move these things into... Oh, wait, what's that? What happened there? That's Crystal Tower. This... It'll take a while, because I know where it is right now. And there we go. Okay, so we got wind blowing. Click on this one, we got static over here from Crystal. Ethereal Crystal. That's lava rumbling, but this is not lava, this is the clock. So let's move this broken clock sound. And where is this? Oh, we are. So the camera you are seeing is from the radars up here. I'm hoping that this isn't too loud. Oh, what was that? What was that? That was the noise. No, no. There we go. And we gotta move this around until we get to the right spot. Which, was that it? No, that's crystal. We get to water dropping. Going past it. Oh, lava rumbling. Wait, just past it. There we go. And we get ready to take notes here. Crystal, water, wind, lava, and clock. Jot that down in that order. You want to jot that down in that order, because that is going to be important. I mean, just like with any kind of puzzle solving we've done so far, everything's been important. And we're gonna have to prepare yourself for what is soon to become the worst part of the game, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll get in there. We're getting there. We got crystal, water, wind. Lava and where is it? There. Broken clock. In fact, I solved most of this puzzle ahead of time. Open that door. Just to let you know, when you're returning here to get the other page in other games, yeah, you still have to push this button again to reopen the door. It's a bit tedious. I don't know why they don't just keep the door open, but whatever. You also have to go through this, what we're about to go through again a second time, which is why this is the worst part of the game, because you're going through this rather lengthy puzzle twice. You got some sort of weird submersible thing you do in here. And we got push it up. So this is different too in the original game. In the original game, they were more buttons, like up, down, left and right, I think. These are just like buttons. It was easy to read in the original game. This one is like really weird. Okay, so we got Clink. If you hold this button down, we'll move over east. We still got Clink. So yeah. So if you remember, way back in Mechanical Age, we had these noises for what direction the tower, the fortress was facing. That's what you have to rely on, is those same noises. So every time we get it, we'll hit up. We got spin sound, which is west. Right there, so we move forward. Fortunately, you'll start figuring out what's what when you kind of go through the first few rooms, because there's only one direction to go. I mean, I guess technically two, because if you end up making a mistake and then you go back, you always pull back on the switch and you just move back in reverse. It's kind of like an undo button. But hopefully we won't need it. Clink. Okay. We got exhaust sound, which I have written down as E, or east rather, excuse me. It sounds easy to remember, exhaust, east. You get stuff like spin, west, clink for north, cowbell for south, which, you know, fair enough, cowbell. You always need more cowbell. I'm just like you guys. I put my pants on one leg at a time. But now, dude, I make gold records. And what I'm telling you is we need more cowbell. I remember not liking that skill when I was young. Like, not finding it funny, but now I kind of find it funny. I kind of get it now as I've gotten older and understand a little more about comedy, and like, oh yeah, it's because it's nonsensical. It's kind of goofy. It's a goofy thing, you know. I was very much a kid who very much liked dark, serious stuff. So spin, so that's west. There we go. So one thing you'll find online when looking this up, you'll find like these detailed maps that people have drawn out, or not detailed, but like these little maps of like plotting out the direct path and everything of this, which actually is kind of important because cowbell spin sound. So spin and cowbell, so that's southwest. This is where things start getting a little weird in the maze, because whew, it can get frustrating trying to decipher the two noises without some sort of audio, like visual audio cue. And I believe at this point it's gonna, like, the compass here is gonna do some wonky stuff. No? Go to MYST. There you go. Change the reference from Saturday Night Live to SpongeBob. East? Oh, I thought you meant MYST. Next is northwest. So the spin and the clink. I think it's here they do. Like, they do something with the compass that's really, like, you see the compass start moving and it's supposed to, like, kind of mess you up. Oops. Accidentally hit my mic there. Exhaust and clink, so that's northeast. You might have already done it while I was talking, but because I'm using my notes and, like, listening for the noises and north. This might be the one where they actually... Yeah, this is the one I think where they actually start changing. You see this turning. Yeah, there we go. Because one of these, the way that it's done is if it was all just in a straight line, it doesn't make sense. And I think that's this one. It technically doesn't make sense if it's in a straight line, but because like it has to do some sort of turning and dial moving. That's your hint to kind of pay extra close attention. But yeah, and that was the end of the maze, which actually wasn't all that bad. Well, once you have a cheat sheet. So we're clearly at the end of the line here. And let's open this door. Say goodbye to that. And we got some of those crystals again, only they're underground and there's some lava. Very dangerous place to put the linking book, Atreus. Like, seriously, dude. This place Like, just being this close would burn the book in real life. It's a thing being this close. Far away as the wild was. Yeah, it's not that far. I mean, especially considering we're seeing it over here. I mean, this is... Yeah, in such a small room like this, yeah, this would probably... The book would be burned. The book would be ash. Thank God we live in a universe where books don't turn to ash instantly in intense heat. Actually, depending on... Actually, hold on. Yeah, because it could just spontaneously combust because the heat's so intense. But anyway, we got our last red and blue pages to give. And as always, we're going to start with Sirius.
You finally returned. I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have nearly released me. My name is Sirius. I trust that from your explorations you've become convinced that my wicked brother, Achenar, is guilty, and I am innocent. It is I who am wrongly imprisoned here. Imprisoned by my father. I don't know who you are, or how you came to this island, but I assume you must at least know something of the books. It was father who was a master of the books. He wrote hundreds, all describing and linking to the fantastic places and ages which he had discovered. The room in which you now stand was our father's library. It was here in this room, on this island named MYST, that he housed most of these books. But such a waste. By now, you have surely discovered that Achenar has burnt and mutilated most of these books. Why? Our father was always watchful of our exploration. We grew up under his strict supervision. But when we came of age, he gave us unbridled access to the MYST books. He began to leave our adventures more and more unchecked. Unsupervised as we were, my brother began to become disturbed. He began to take more from the MYST ages than he had given. Soon he gained a twisted pleasure from the conquest and destruction of the other ages. It was horrific. This thirst for destruction. But alas, even I discovered his insanity too late. He had completely destroyed all of the MYST ages but 4. I wasted no time. In warning my father, I thought he would recognize Achenar's guilt. But in a fit of rage, he imprisoned both my brother and myself within the pages of these books, designed to hold us until he could judge which of us was guilty. To discover the truth, our father embarked on one final journey. However, he has never returned. I can only assume that he perished along the way, leaving me, an innocent victim, trapped forever. But now, you are here to release me. Listen carefully. You must find one more page and I will be forever free. There is a book on the shelves in this library which is mostly burned but has a few pages still intact. It is the last book on the middle shelf. Find it. This book is filled with a variety of patterns. Find pattern 158 and recreate it on the door of the fireplace. This will bring you to the last red page. Bring that page to me, and I will finally be released, and able to reward you, of course. Ignore the blue page. That page finishes my brother's book. It chills me to even think what would happen if you were to release him. There is another warning. Where the red and blue pages reside, also resides a green book. If you touch the green book, you also will be imprisoned forever. Our father gave us this same warning long ago. I suggest you follow his advice. Go now. Soon we will meet face to face.
So yeah, we got one more page left to get, or it's one more red page. And also, now you know why I said this kind of ruins one of the puzzles, because you see this page here, this book here, in the original and in Real MYST, this book is also burnt nearly to a crisp, but you can actually get in and see it. It also goes ahead and takes us to page 158. In addition, there's also a little thing at the beginning of this book. We go all the way back to the beginning of this. In this game in particular, this has a wow, this is a lot to flip through, isn't it? Imagine having to do this in the game when they... Yeah. Up here it tells us a little secret that we can use later on, and wow, that was a lot of page flipping to do. We can use that to open up the fireplace and get in. But we're not going to do that yet. We're going to actually listen to what Akinar has to say.
Hello, I'm Akinar.
Hi, Akinar.
I'm glad to see that you've returned to help me escape from my wrongful imprisonment. It was Cirrus who did this to me. Cirrus, my wicked brother. Do not listen to him. I warn you. He's a liar. Do not be persuaded by his evil lies. Do not release him. He killed my father. He will kill you. Began when my brother Cirrus began to lust for riches. He stole from the ages of MYST. He hoarded riches for himself. My father slipped away his watchfulness. My sick brother secretly pronounced himself king. King of the ages of MYST, he said. He began to look upon me in disgust. His lowly brother hated him. And then Cirrus began to destroy the ages of MYST. He burned their forest. He tore down their structures. He flooded their lands. He murdered their inhabitants. Completely destroyed all but 4 of the ages. Of course, I had to warn father. When I finally found him, there was Cirrus also, talking cleverly. The lying tongue of a serpent. He had convinced father that it was I who destroyed the ages. He convinced father that it was I who was greedy for wealth and plunder. And as Cirrus dealt the final blow, he tricked father into believing that I was the murderer. But Cirrus did not deal as fast a blow as he planned. And his father died a slow death. He at last doubted my brother's clever lies, and so in dying, father imprisoned us both, unsure from which of us the blow had come. I swear to you what I say is true. Release me. You must release me. My brother is a deceitful liar and deserves punishment. I only wish vengeance for my dear father. His murder. Believe me. You must only recover 1 additional page to release me from this prison. It's the easiest to find. Go to the bookshelf. It's in this library. On the far right side of the middle shelf, there's a burned book, which is different from the other burnt books. This book is filled with patterns. Find pattern 158. Mimic its design on the panel in the fireplace. Doing this will bring you to the last blue page. Remember, don't take the red page. Only the blue page. Return quickly to me. And do not touch the green book. It's a clever trap to imprison those who have not been warned. Do not be tempted, for you will rot and die, imprisoned as I am. I tell you, if you follow my instructions, it will be well worth your while. I promise you that. Go. Go.
Okay. So yeah, we go to here and pick up the very burned book. Burned, yes. And put in 158. We will be doing that in the next episode. We will be dealing with all that. So yeah, until then, I'll see you guys later.